Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the very first Canon superhero draft, where two young men on the rise in social media are going to go head to head to build the very best superhero team. Now, I'm Chapo Perez, and this is my partner, Gary Fogel, brother to Jared Fogel. Are you excited today?
Well, Chapo, let me tell you this. I am more excited for this draft than my brother is when he sees little children. So if that's any indication, this should be an historic day in history.
And I'm so excited, I had to change my pants 2 times already, actually. Now, can you tell us a little bit about the competitor Sal?
Well, Sal is a young up-and-comer, as Terry is as well, but he is going a little bit off the train. He has divorced his wife. He has cheated on her multiple times. He's under so much stress. He has told me...
I believe that's you, Gary, not Sal. Sal isn't married. Alright, it's going to be that type of day. Well, Terry is a strength and strategy, I think. I think he puts together things well in the big picture. But in the past, he's had a weakness for comic book characters with big breasts. And so we got to see if that bites him today in his draft.
Boobies are boobies, so to each his own.
Alright, so let's tell the folks out there, what are the rules to this draft?
Well, the first rule in this here draft, we are going to do a simultaneous pick. So that means back-to-back picks. Sal is number 1 pick, followed by Terry, then Sal, etc., etc. And the second rule here is no villains, actually. We are going no villains. There are some villains that, play the boundaries between good and evil, but, to each his own, like the boobies, I guess. And what else? What else are we doing here?
Well, there is positions in this draft. First up, we have communicator. This is a person responsible for talking to the team, sending them out on missions, and overall communication. Next up, we have a leader who is going to be the strategist. Out there on the field, they're going to tell the team what to do. So you want someone commanding and powerful like my man, Donald Trump.
The field agents are next. Field agents are people who will be going out in the field and fighting the good fight like the good men of Vietnam. And then there are the reserves like the who didn't go to Vietnam.
Alright, and lastly with our rules, we want to remind the folks that the 2 competitors will have to choose a base of operations. Now this base of operations can only be had by picking a character. So if you want to party in the Batcave, you better pick Batman. Alright, it's almost time for this draft to get underway. I'm kind of pissed that we have to wait. I'm sitting here, we're not doing anything, waiting for the pick to...
Well, the first pick has been, it's in right now.
Alright, so let's go live to the pick.
With the first pick in the 2016 Canon Draft, the Crime Alley shooters select Superman of Krypton to fill the position of leader. Superman is the overall essence of what a superhero is. He has many strengths, such as super strength, super speed, pretty much invulnerability, has only I'd say about 2 weaknesses overall. And he's a great field leader, so why not have the epitome of what a superhero is as your leader?
Alright, and the Crime Alley shooters have selected Superman with the first pick. Did you see this coming, Gary?
Well, that is why I wore my Superman shirt here.
Is that a
Chapo.
Superman shirt? Is that a bootleg?
No, that's I got it from the flea market for a little sucky.
Very nice.
Free. But yes, I saw this one coming from a mile away, just as Superman can see as far as the eye can see. I mean, it was the pick that you're gonna pick for the number 1 leader here. So a little stupid on Sal's part. I think there's some better picks out there that he could have gotten instead of Superman. But what about you?
I mean, Superman, the quintessential hero. We kind of saw this coming from, like you said, miles away, days away, months away, years away. I knew he was picking this before he was born. I mean, who else was going to pick Superman but Sal? I mean, this guy has X-ray vision. You can look through women's underwear.
Breast is, I mean, he's given. I'm sure. Why? How is he not giving Lois Lane breast cancer by now?
I don't understand it either, but I know that Sal loves to look at the ladies, and so now with Superman on his team, he'll be doing it all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds like the next pick is in. Let's go live. With the second pick in the Canon draft, the Good Guy Guild select Batman from Gotham to fill the position of leader. Batman has numerous tactical training, ability to command the team as far as what to do and how to best utilize their powers. And as far as strategy, I think he's second to maybe none, maybe to one other person. But Batman also just brings a lot of things to the team that we get to use. So, yeah, easy pick. And with the second pick, the Good Guy Guilds take Batman as their leader. Batman and Superman, number 1 and 2. Who else were you going to pick? What do you think, Gary?
Well, Chapo, this is panning out to be the worst draft in history of drafts. It is the most boring thing I've ever been to since my grandma's funeral. Batman, come on. You got to liven it up a little bit. I don't want to see Superman. I don't want to see Batman. I want to see Wonder Woman with those giant bazookas she's got. I don't know.
All right, Gary. All right.
Yes.
This is not the swap meet, so calm down there, partner. But Batman, I have to say, he's a bit of a creep. Why would you want him on the team? He dresses like a bat. He has no powers. Rich boy with daddy issues, or dead daddy issues. This is my bad. It is an interesting pick. I mean, the ladies love Batman.
Ladies do love Batman. I think Terry is living vicariously through Bruce Wayne.
That might be true, but it sounds like the next pick is in. Let's go live.
With the third pick in the Canon draft, the Crime Alley shooters select Martian Manhunter of space, or Mars, as their communicator. Now, Martian Manhunter is known, obviously, as an alien, but one of the best things he brings to this team is his telepathic communications.
There we go.
And so he can link different team members into one mind, so they can communicate without speaking out loud, and so you don't have to be right next to each other. So as communicator, I think he's the best choice. He also has, let me refer to my notes here. Where is it? Okay, so he has, can have invisibility, phasing, going through walls and stuff like that. He can't get sick to anything that is human-based diseases. So if the fight is on Earth, can't get sick from it. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. But as my communicator, I think he's the best option.
And Sal goes with Martian Manhunter for the third pick. Gary, what do you think about the Martian Manhunter? That's a little aggressive of a name.
This is the epitome of affirmative action. This is what makes me sick in America. Why would you go out and pick a superhero for your second pick just because he's black?
He's green.
He's black.
Gary, he's green. You know he's a shapeshifter, right?
Oh yeah, they all are, aren't they?
Oh, all right. But what do you think about him as a fit on the team?
Well, as long as he does have some great superpowers, he can shapeshift into anyone he wants. So I guess he doesn't have to be black, but he can do that. He did telekinesis for the whole team. It is a great attribute to have for your team. So it's a good pick, I guess. It's a yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's black, but he's a Martian. I mean, what's wrong with the good American or good homegrown Earth heroes out there? I mean, you take Martian Manhunter. Krypton's blown up. We don't care. Superman's one of ours. But Martian Manhunter from Mars? I mean, you're right. That's disgusting. I think we should build a wall around this Earth and don't let anyone in. It's just disgusting to me. I think he lost this draft already. But the next pick is in, so let's see what we got. Let's go live. With the fourth pick in the Canon draft, the Good Guy Guild selects the Flash, Barry Allen, as a field agent. So the Flash I really think is powerful because he gives us access to the Speed Force, so time travel, multiverse, all those different things. And then the numerous things you can use his speed for, whether it's phasing through walls, getting through those type of situations. And the speed creates very powerful attacks when he's fighting people. So he can take on those regular level guys as well as people that are a little stronger. So Flash is gonna be a great product for the team. And the Good Guy Guild takes the Flash. I think he's a little too young to go this high in the draft, but what do you think, Gary?
Well, he's the fastest man on Earth. He could also be the fastest man in bed. I don't know. But you can turn time around. I mean, that's about it. What else can he do? I don't know much about this youngster here.
I mean, I don't know much about him either, but yeah, he runs really fast. Fastest man on Earth, but the fastest man in bed is me. Ask any lady in Mexico, they'll tell you. So, but in other words, I think this is a good pick for the team. He's going to be with Batman. Batman loves the ladies. Flash loves the ladies. You know, maybe he can run around, get him a Chinese mail order bride without even having to pay shipping.
Oh, man, I wish someone would do that for me.
All right, but the next pick is in. Let's go live.
With the 5th pick in the Canon draft, the Crime Alley shooters select Wolverine as their 5th pick. Now, Wolverine has lived since about the 1800s, late 1800s. He has garnered a vast knowledge of, well, knowledge in general, but especially fighting skills. He is regenerative, naturally regenerative, so if he gets hurt, he's going to heal himself within a matter of minutes, depending on the act of physical violence or whatever have you. He also is made pretty much of adamantium, so you pretty much can't, you stab him, bullets, nothing's really going to work on him. Even if it's an adamantium bullet, it's not going to hurt him. It's not going to kill him, basically. So, he's pretty indestructible. He is a power 9, I think power out of 10 level, stated by Nick Fury. So he's a pretty big brute on this team, and he's a field agent, if I didn't mention that before.
And the Crime Alley shooters go with the Wolverine. The guy was real hairy back, long claws, but he's never shaved. I don't get it. Like, what do you clean yourself up? But what do you think, Gary?
He kind of looks like you over there, Chapo.
What the?
All
right.
But Wolverine is, I think, he's a great choice. He's pretty much indestructible. You can't kill the guy. So why would he shave? He doesn't have to please anyone. Adamantium, obviously the big thing here. He has those claws that will rip through flesh, rip through bone, rip through my wife's soulless bitch ass. So that is why I am endorsing this pick here. What about you?
Well, I think he better be indestructible because you see him from a mile away in that yellow spandex that he wears. So aesthetically, this pick doesn't make any sense. But I guess Superman wears his tights too. So maybe they'll switch underwear sometimes on Halloween to confuse the bad guys. We don't know which way he'll be coming from. But I think you need to talk to your wife after this, though.
I tried talking to her. All she wants to do is hit me sometimes.
But before we get to that, the next pick is in. With the 6th pick in the Canon draft, the Good Guy Guild selects CYBORG as their communicator. CYBORG, endless access to earthly technology, and then even alien technology, of course. We're going with the version that has the boom tube technology. So, yeah, I mean, anything we need on that front, he can communicate instantly with our team, fix any issues that we have with, you know, any communications, any problem really that he needs. And so we think he'll be a great communicator. And the Good Guy Guild just took a step to the dark side. They took CYBORG, a real black guy. I know you're pissed about this, Gary.
Oh, he's a half a man. Not only because he's half a computer, but he's a black man. What the heck kind of thing is that?
But those computers were probably made by white people.
They were made by Asians, Chapo.
So he's Asian. He's Blasian.
He's a little Blasian, I think, but a good pick overall. You can do a lot with those computers here now in these days. You can travel with him. You can research with him. I think it's a smart pick for the man over on the other side of the line. He's black. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I think you got a guy that's half human, half machine. But I don't think all that technology can make any black man smart, no matter how much he has in him. So that's going to be a problem right there. He's the communicator, but he has to stay at the home base. But you got to worry about him stealing stuff.
You can't take the hen out of the hen house, Terry. Chapo.
All right, sounds like the next pick is in.
With the 7th pick in the Canon draft, the Crime Alley shooters select Aquaman as their field agent. Now Aquaman is 3rd in line in strength, in terms of strength, in the Justice League, only 2nd to Superman and Wonder Woman. He is a very well-known strategist, and he is also a diplomat. He also has the trident, which can phase lightning bolts, and can pierce Superman's skin, even though I wouldn't need that because he's on my team. He can also infamously or famously, whatever you want to call it, control aquatic life. He cannot talk to fish, so get that right. He can control aquatic life, whatever he wants him to do. From the biggest thing, beluga whales, to the smallest thing, microscopic organisms. So I think he'd be a great addition because now we have basically all of the ocean to our needs. So that is my 7th pick. I said leave by the back door. If you don't leave by the back door, I'm going to come by your back door.
Oh, we're live. All right, the next pick is in, and it seems like that is going to be Aquaman. Now, Gary, is this the same guy from SpongeBob SquarePants that throws the water bubbles?
It might as well be here, Chapo. You got a little something on your nose.
I'm all right.
You know, these picks here, you got the magicians and you got some guy in a fish suit. What is Sal doing here? I mean, he's throwing this thing away, I think, and Aquaman, he seems strong, but it's, again, drawing that line between masculine and a little not masculine here.
I think, Gary, you're bringing your bias into all these picks, and that is not what we're paid to do.
If I was bringing my bias in, I wouldn't be broadcasting with you.
All right, well, that's one thing, but I think this is a good pick. You get access into the sea. You can go to any ocean that you want because this guy can swim really well. And let me tell you, some oceans are hard to get into. They recognize you right away, and they try to steal your boat. I know from experience.
Well, you are,
all right, sounds like the next pick is in. Let's go live. With the 8th pick in the Canon draft, the Good Guy Guild selects the Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, as a field agent. Green Lantern gives us access to a lot of different worlds. With his power, he can go into outer space and anywhere on the Earth, anywhere in the galaxy. But endless possibilities with his ring. Hal Jordan is known to have the strongest willpower out of all the Earth Green Lanterns. So his constructs are really strong, and he has a great imagination. So just all around Swiss Army knife, literally, for us on the field. Man, I'm telling you, she was a hermaphrodite. She had both parts. Penis was bigger than mine. But then my guy told me she has herpes, and I think I need to get checked, man. I'm feeling a burn.
You want me to scratch it?
No, man, I need you to scratch it. Okay. All right, it seems that we're back live, and the Green Lantern was just picked for Terry's team. What do you think about this Green Lantern guy?
Well, I think any guy, grown man with a ring who's not married is a little, you know what I'm saying here.
I feel you.
I mean, he lives all the way in outer space. He has willpower. The willpower to what? Not come out of the closet? But what is he hiding over there in space? What is this?
I'm not sure, but I like the pick because he has the willpower. I have no willpower. I cannot be a Green Lantern. If there was a ring powered by crippling insecurity, then maybe I could be a Lantern. But it seems like Terry has a good guy on his side. So let's go to the next pick.
With the 9th pick in the Canon draft, the Crime Alley shooters select Dr. Stephen Strange for one of their field agents. Now, Dr. Strange has an array of magical powers. He's a magic superhero. So one of his biggest ones, obviously, is time travel, time manipulation, which is time travel. He can slow down time, he can speed up time. So, I'm not gonna lie, The Flash was my first choice for going through time, but Doctor Strange is my second. So he can do that. He is a martial artist, and what else here? And he can also phase like Martian Manhunter as well. He can become invisible, and he can do a crap load of other things I probably don't know. So he is one of my other field agents.
Dr. Stephen Strange, or Stephen Strange, or Sigourney Weaver. I don't know who this was. Who is this?
I've read up on this man. He does some magic, and he's in Las Vegas, and I think he gets eaten by a tiger or something. He's gay, or I don't know. But either way, I think this is a good pick by Sal. You got all these guys that with the technology and the black people, and then you have this magician, and now I don't think Terry so far Sal's winning this draft with this pick.
Well, I have to be honest. I think Sal's drunk. I don't understand what any of these picks are besides Superman. I don't think he prepared, but I will say that if you want a magician, you get Chris Angel. He'll take you over to the other side. Why would you pick a Stephen Strange? Sounds like a pedophile to me. I think he's a doctor of pedophiles.
No, David, yeah.
You're drunk too. Let's go to the next pick. With the 10th pick in the Canon draft, the Good Guy Guild selects Ant-Man, Hank Pym, as a field agent. We went with Ant-Man for vast reasons, really. I mean, as Hank Pym, he's a great brain on the field with us for any problem solving, along with Batman, of course. But access to technology and being able to fix or change things on the fly gives us that. And his ability to go small, of course, gives us access to a lot of things we wouldn't be able to. Any type of, mechanical or robotical enemies or whatever, we'll have Ant-Man that can disable them without breaking a sweat going inside out. And he's also able to go large. Hank Pym does have the ability to grow himself to Giant Man. And so if we have big enemies, he'll be able to do that too. All right, in the Good Guy Guild as Dr. Hank Pym, a.k.a. Ant-Man. What do you think about this, Gary?
The thing that intrigues me here, Chapo, is Terry mentioned something about Ant-Man getting really, really big. Mm-hmm. Now, the question I have is how big does his penis get?
Okay, Gary, I think you're focused on the wrong part there about this draft.
Penises.
All right, well, Gary's in a coma right now or something, but I tell you what, he grows small, he grows big. Sometimes I'm small, sometimes I'm big. I think there's Ant-Man in all of us. So this is a great pick for Terry's team. Mm-hmm. Oh, what's that? It sounds like the next pick is in. Let's go live.
With the 11th pick in the Canon draft, the Crime Alley shooters select Dr. Fate. Ahead is their 11th pick. Now, we're going big with magic, as you can see. So just in case one of our magicians goes down, we have another in reserve. Magic is a power that not many know. And having magic on our side is good because, as with our first pick, Superman is vulnerable to about two things: kryptonite and magic. He's not well against magic. And Dr. Fate just happens to have powers which can make Superman invulnerable to magic. So Dr. Kent Nelson has the power of telekinesis again. So if we have a Martian Manhunter goes down or something like that, or we have problems, we can communicate through him as well. And he's, superpowers, just the general superpowers, but he can also move planets, so that's pretty cool. That's why I picked him as well, just in case we ever have to move planet out of the way. So that is my 11th pick.
In a shocking turn of events, the Crime Alley shooters have selected yet another magician. This Dr. Fate guy sounds strong from Sal's description, but I don't know. You get two magicians. The Sal character seems like he wasn't loved as a child. He really didn't have that birthday party that he wanted. And instead of fighting crime, they're going to be doing magic tricks for him.
Well, let me tell you something, Chapo. The only thing that's going to win Sal this draft is magic. So maybe this is his strategy going in. I don't know about this one so far. This guy sounds a little iffy. He's moving planets. What's his agenda? What does he want? He can do time traveling like Doctor Strange, I think, too, but, what, I don't think he adds anything to this team here, except, the more magic that is a little iffy here.
And what fate is he exactly? Is he Muslim? Is he Christian? Is he ISIS? I don't understand.
I think he's Jewish. It is Passover here.
I think he's a Jehovah's Witness, and that's probably going to get him to everybody's door. And what is Sal doing right now? You're bringing in religion and magic. This guy's trying to create a controversy.
He is, and then wait a minute.
Our next pick is in Let's Go Live. With the 12th pick in the Canon draft, the Good Guy Guild selects Vixen for Field Agent. Maybe not a hugely known character, but Vixen is a woman who possesses the power to tap into the energy of animals, any animal that she wants, and then takes on those traits. So cheetah makes her run faster. If she taps to an elephant, she has the power of the elephant, or a rhino. A hawk, she can fly, whatever power that is. And we think Vixen is a great pick because she has the ability to track down people using her animal instincts. And then, of course, she's able to fly and be very durable and strong out in the field. If she gets caught by herself or anything like that, she can hold her own. But yeah. Now, I said at the beginning of this draft, the big breast would get Terry. He has taken Vixen. Now, all these powers sound good. She can turn into different animals and have monkey sex or something. But you got to think those breasticles really got Terry going.
Well, he does like his boobies, as does every man here. This Vixen woman. She is quite the looker, but turning into an animal is a very big turn on for me. I mean, I would love to. That bestiality stuff is just amazing.
Oh my God, Gary! All right, well, we don't have any more time. The next pick is in.
With the 13th pick in the Canon draft, the Crime Alley shooters select Swamp Thing. It's a 12th pick. Now, Swamp Thing is a very, very special pick to me because he is basically immortal, virtually immortal, but he can survive on photosynthesis. He has contact with the green, which is kind of like the overseers of all things green, all things earth, earthly on other planets and other universes. So it's a very semi-magical kind of creature here. We have he has superhuman strength. He can control plants, kind of like poison ivy. He can basically kill his enemies from within through plants. So he can grow plants within his enemies and kill them from the inside. Other things I might be missing. He can resurrect himself if he ever dies. As long as there's some greenery in the universe, he can travel through the green and resurrect himself. So again, basically immortal. he's also very, very big and very strong. So that was my 13th pick, or that is the 13th pick.
And looks like they go with Swamp Thing for the Crime Alley shooters. I'm not sure the Swamp Thing can even hold a gun to be a Crime Alley shooter. But Gary, what do you think about this pick? Gary,
what?
Wake up. Now we got the Swamp Thing here. What do you think about this pick?
He's a big green giant guy. I think he kind of looks like me on a weekday after a night of drinking. I go to the bar. I frequent the bar at midnight. But Swamp Thing is he has that connection with the green stuff, and I think it's weed. I think it's these.
We both had connections with the green stuff before, now haven't we, Gary? All right.
Yeah.
I think I see what Sal's going for, but let's go to the next pick live. With the 14th pick in the Canon draft, the Good Guy Guild selects Shazam! Billy back as a reserve. Right now, honestly, that wasn't the plan, honestly, but I think we do need some power on this team, and none better than Shazam, second to Superman in my eyes. So Shazam could obviously fill a great role if he were to be put into the field. Able to handle his own, able to work good with teams, has access to great power, and the wisdom of Solomon. He's a very smart guy, and all-around powerful person for the team, and my favorite character. And with their penultimate pick, it looks like the Good Guy Guild adds Shazam to the roster. What do you think, Gary?
Well, Chapo, Terry's coming in with the questionable picks now. I mean, he's picking these little boys here. What is that? What does he want to do? Hang out with my brother? I mean, is he going to find himself in jail if he's not careful with these?
Well, those $5 footlongs are worth it, let me tell you.
Well, they are good. They are good.
They are good.
But Shazam is kind of he's the wannabe Superman. So I think he's worried now about his draft and his picks. He wanted that Superman, I think, up at the front, but Sal grabbed him, and now he's resorting to little boy wannabes.
Well, I tell you, I mean, he is a boy, but that's kind of cool. One time you're not 21, can't drink, and then bam, you say one word and you're in the club dancing around with a hood on and a cape.
Yeah, and the penis thing.
All right, I think we're going to our next pick.
With the 15th pick in the Canon draft, the Crime Alley shooters select Colossus as their second reserve. So Colossus, as many of you know, can on will change into organic steel or aluminum type skin, metal, what have you. Not as strong as adamantium or vibranium, but almost as strong. So he can last in that form. I think the longest he has lasted, as we have researched, was about 5 days. So he's a class 100 strength, and when he's not in his metal form, he's about a 70 class strength. So it just goes to show you that him, even as a human, is very strong. So I think him as a brute type role will do very well on the field, even as a reserve.
And what a surprise pick! They take Colossus. Gary, are you not wearing pants? Gary, come back. We have a full day contract.
He's a comedy.
All right, so it looks like we lost Gary on that pick. I don't think he likes the Russians very much, but I would have to say that the Colossus is a great pick. I mean, he turns in the metal almost everywhere. He's always hard. I mean, he's probably the best pick he had all day. But sounds like the next pick is in, and I'm going to go find Gary. With the 16th and final pick in the Canon draft, the Good Guy Guild selects CLOAK, a.k.a. Tyrone Johnson. CLOAK from the Cloak and Dagger duo is basically a smaller character, but he has the power to engulf people into darkness, into the dark realm. But with that, as he learned to control his power, he found out that he can use that to transport people to wherever he wants. And so, on our team as the reserve, he will have duties of transporting our team to and from wherever they need to go. And so we have access to missions anywhere in the world for those that can't fly or get there quickly. Also, of course, he's a teenager that kind of ran into these powers, so he doesn't have a fighting background or anything like that. So as a reserve, he gets to train until he's able to get out there in the field, and having Batman on the team just gives him a best mentor. All right, and with our last pick of the superhero draft, we have CLOAK for the Good Guy Guild. Now, I'm not saying Terry's part of the Brotherhood, but another black guy, Tyrone Johnson. When's the last time Tyrone Johnson went last in a draft?
Terry made out with, I think he made out with like a bandit here, Chapo. Taking Tyrone was a steal, just as much as Tyrone probably stole before he found that cloak.
I'm willing to agree with you, and I think Terry has one great superhero team, but could also have one hell of a basketball team too if he wanted to. All right, so that is the end of the draft. We're going to cut back to our participants and let them tell you why they think they had the best draft. All right, so the Good Guy Guild is complete, and we will be operating out of the Bat Cave, of course, one of the most iconic and secure.
Our base of operations is Atlantis. Not many people have access to Atlantis, so we think having that as our base of operations is the smartest thing.
I think the Good Guy Guild is very balanced, which is what I was shooting for, and it gives us a really good team that can handle almost any threat.
We have 2 magicians on our team. I think 2 is better than 1. If one goes down, another one can take his place.
And access to the Green Lantern Corps and time travel, other multiverses, whatever we need there.
Time travel with those magicians is also possible. So anything happens that doesn't go according to plan, one or both of those magicians can go back in time, try to fix it.
And then, like I said, having Vixen is a great addition. We're able to track down whoever we need, and having a scientist on the field that is good with technology and can get into anywhere he needs with Ant-Man.
The number 1 man in Superman, number 1 in strength. How can you say no to that?
All led by the iconic Batman himself, who's a great detector, and CYBORG's at the Batcave with all the access to all the files and technology that Batman has.
I think that combo right there will work really well for us in Colossus and Wolverine, specifically Wolverine because he's pretty much invulnerable. Can't really kill the guy.
But CLOAK allows us to go wherever we need. I think thinking about transportation might not have been something that the Crime Alley shooters thought about.
In terms of the Good Guy Guild, I think 4 of them are not naturally superheroes, so you take what makes them a superhero away, and to go up against something of another realm, of another planet, they'd be a little bit out of their element. And Shazam, because he is a kid, so that might play a role in making that team a little bit more vulnerable.
Superman doesn't have that background in leading and strategy and planning. Superman's more of a solo guy, and so I really think our leadership is better from top to bottom, and the Good Guy Guild's just a balanced team that can get it all done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that is the draft. Thank you for sticking around with us. I'd like to thank my partner, Gary, here. Gary, what can the people find these young men at the Canon?
Well, they relayed the message here. Let me look at it. You can find them at, called Twitter, the A with the circle on it.
I believe that's at?
At the Canon blog, and on Facebook, facebook.com, the slash, the Canon.
All right, and if you heard it here, I believe they told us that it's Canon.